I have kept the secret of your marriage all these years. The slaughter at the Tuscan camp you shared with me. I was there when you executed Count Dooku. And I know where you got your power to defeat him. You see, you have never needed to pretend with me, the way you must with your Jedi comrades. Do you understand that you need never hide anything from me? That I accept you exactly as you are.
As we can see, Palpatine spent what seems like all of Anakin's life manipulating him into trusting him and winning him over. I'm explaining this because it will add to the evidence of the exact reasoning behind Palpatine's immobile defense. Now that we have some of the backstory, let's dive right into the reasons using not just logic, but factual evidence from the movie and mainly the novelization of The Return of the Jedi. First, we'll approach this with logic. Logically, Vader was bigger and stronger than Palpatine, clearly able to lift him up and over his head as if tossing a child. What some seem to overlook is that Vader was literally half machine. His hand, or hands at this point, were mechanical. Prosthetic robotic arms in Star Wars are immensely powerful. They're literally machine hands, capable of doing so much more than a mere human could. His grasp on Palpatine was so powerful it didn't allow him to move, while, in my opinion, it crushed his organs, pelvis, and back. Also, the lightning that Sidious was shooting at Luke continued as he was lifted into the air, falling down on him and around him, just like a fountain of electricity. Some hit Vader, but mostly hit himself. And if you've ever been shocked, you know that you're frozen until the current stops. Since he was the emitter and the receiver, it was a continuous current onto himself. When Vader finally snapped, seeing his son, who basically said he'd rather die than turn to the dark side and kill his father, he felt so unbelievably betrayed that his anger actually consumed him. It overtook his consciousness, overrode his reasoning, and just turned him into a primitive animal. I'm going to quote a passage from the book now. He might still have used his powers to save himself, but his hate is now so strong his only thought is to cause Vader more pain. So the lightning continues to flicker and flash even after the body is out of sight. Palpatine's body, still spewing bolts of light, spun out of control into the void, bouncing back and forth off the sides of the shaft as he fell, disappearing at last. But then, a few seconds later, a distant explosion could be heard far down at the core. A rush of air billowed out the shaft into the throne room. So, in conclusion, we can definitely say that the dark side clouded the Emperor's judgment. And instead of thinking critically, he was too emotional and let his hatred get the better of him. If he had stopped his attack and used the Force to immobilize Vader in some way or Force propel himself away, then an epic battle would have for sure ensued.